Come take it off and show me what it's like. Let me see.
Yeah, what up, y'all? We back for another episode of Off the Clock Podcast, unwinding with stories that matter. I got two special guests today with me. I got my guy DT and I got my guy BD. But before we start our show, we always do a special prayer. My guy DT is going to lead us in that special prayer. So can y'all bow your heads for me, please?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank God for this opportunity. Thank God for the three of us coming together. God, to do what we love to do. God, I just got to be with us. I just got to be with this world, bring peace and prosperity to everybody who's listening, who wants to live, God, who wants to listen. I just got to continue to guide us and keep us safe. Amen.
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 My boy.
Thank you. No doubt. No doubt.
Hey, I don't think y'all ever seen anybody pray on a podcast before the show even starts. So we doing something a little different on this side, you know.
Thanks.
So we're gonna bust right into it. We had a crazy week one of NFL football this week. A lot of disappointments, a lot of teams that we expected not to do things, but we also had some teams that were surprises. How y'all feel about week one? Because it was a crazy week one. We saw a lot going on.
I feel like week one was well. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of good things, like like you said, a lot of things that stood out, a lot of things that disappointed me. What stood out to me was the Lions. The Lions continue to succeed and continue where they left off at last season with a dominant win over a contending playoff team like the Rams in their home stadium. So that definitely got me, that definitely stood out to me a lot.
So the Lions. So what you like most about the Lions?
Just affect how they play, pretty much how they not a young team, but a team that is not used to winning, and they just continue to that track of where they left off last season, of where they dominated, how they ran the ball effectively, how they got other weapons involved, and how Jamison Williams stepped up big. He was a key factor to them for them towards the end of last season, and him to take that step from year 2 to year 3 now is going to be a big key to their success going forward if they want to contend in the NFC. If they want to contend in the NFC and hopefully win the Super Bowl this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, the Lions definitely look good. They took they honestly from the past Lions, I'm proud of the stuff they've been taking in their current success. But yeah, one of my favorite teams this week was the Buccaneers. I like the Buccaneers this week a lot. I love what they did. I love how they come in. I love how they about to take over the NFC South.
Here you go, y'all.
Here we go, man.
Here you go, y'all. He always want to get me started.
Come on, Ty. Come on, get your man, bro. Get him. Always want to throw jabs at him.
I love how they think about
It's
to
cool.
take NFC South, but
It's cool.
not only taking over, but we can all agree that Baker Mayfield is coming to his own. He's starting to look like that first pick. He's starting to look like the quarterback of the future for Tampa Bay, and one of the most underrated receivers of all time, my son Mike Evans.
Absolutely.
Going for another 1,000-yard year, 2 tutties, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? This is normal. This is a normal thing for not Mike Williams. We got Mike Williams.
Mike Evans.
It's a normal thing for Mike Evans, but what was most impressive was I feel like they upgraded the O-line. They got a new center. And they look good. They just all around look good. They dominated for the most part, and I think they're just gonna continue to build off that.
Go ahead. My fault, Ty.
I like Tampa Bay this week, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I think the most disappointing this week, I'm gonna say the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm not gonna be too harsh on them because I am a Saints fan, and people gonna say I'm biased, blah blah blah. And Kirk Cousins just came back from injury. But they still look like the old Falcons. Stagnant on offense. Can't throw the ball.
Okay.
Play a little bit of defense, but they can't get the ball down the field in the end zone. Kyle Pitts is kind of a bust. And I'm a Florida fan saying this. Kyle Pitts was never worth the 4th pick in the 1st round. That was like you never get tight ends that early. You could find tight ends 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds and they be gems. But That's here nor there. Then you got Drake London. He's not a number one to me yet.
Number
Like
two.
he's a number two kind of receiver. He can't. He's not a deep threat, and he's not a guy across the middle that's going to get real physical. So the Falcons was definitely a disappointment. They got all them signings: Judon, Simmons. They had a couple. They had Kirk Cousins. They still got Bijan from as a leftover from last year, and then they got Raheem Morris as the coach. So they added all those players, and to go out there and put up only 10 points, that was kind of what. That was one of the most disappointing teams for me this weekend, especially against a Pittsburgh team who is not throwing the ball. Like Justin Fields is not throwing the ball down the field, and they may have one or two long pass plays, but they're not moving the ball up and down the field. But I'm gonna say the Atlanta Falcons. And then as far as I wasn't really too impressed with teams actually did what they were supposed to do this weekend to me. Like Buffalo defense is terrible, but the offense is great. And you had the Saints, they beat an inept Panthers team. And then you had, I'm gonna say the Chargers, because the Chargers Harbaugh just showed that the way he coaches the physical type of brand of football, it works anywhere. Don't matter if it's NFL, college, high school, middle school. Like he's gonna play that physical brand of football. His teams are gonna play defense, and that's how they're gonna win games and win championships. I'm gonna say that the Los Angeles Chargers impressed me.
Yeah, I love the Chargers. Love the Chargers. They doing some things. They're gonna win. They're gonna win a lot more games than they did last year. But I ain't gonna lie, Ty, you might have forgot. Forgot. I don't know if you forgot what happened this Sunday. I don't know if you re-looked at our recent tickets, but the motherfucking Tennessee Titans
Jesus Christ, man.
were the worst team. For the worst second half team I ever seen, ever.
Yeah, that was
bro. That was awful. That was
terrible.
That was literally he gave the Bears.
That was some middle school shit.
You want to know something crazy? Teams trailing 17-0 after halftime are 3-12-50.
Caleb Williams had 93 yards, bro.
And and the Bears have 2 of those wins now. So Caleb Williams, his debut, he was obviously disappointed in his debut. I wouldn't say he wasn't a disappointment. I just think he obviously wanted to play better. But Titans were an ultimate disappointment. 0 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Just turnover after turnover, 3 turnovers to finish the game. And I think just going later on down, they got to figure some things out. Will Levis got to make better decisions down the line. Just giving away the ball, and he's still making rookie mistakes. So the Titans, in my opinion, were just the worst. They were not the worst team of the week, but they were the biggest disappointment, especially in that second half.
I would say that my biggest disappointment was the Jacksonville Jaguars. A team that is supposed to be contending. You have a first-round pick. You just played Trevor Lawrence 5 years, over $275 million. This offseason, you got Darnell Savage, you got Gabe Davis. You have weapons on both sides of the ball to complement Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence. And you're up 17. You're up 17-7 at the half. Come back and you score no points in the second half. And Trevor Lawrence goes 3 for 7 with a 42.9% completing percentage in the second half, and look pedestrian. He's 20-31 as a starter in his 5 years in his 5 years in the league. So my biggest disappointment, who didn't take that step last week, who had a chance to beat a contending team like the Dolphins, was the Jacksonville Jaguars this week.
Do y'all have any early from week one? I know it's early. It's kind of early to tell, but do y'all have any week one favorites as far as like MVPs, defensive player of the years, rookie of the years? It's early to tell. It's early in the season, but do you have any early predictions for the people as far as those things? Go ahead, BD.
I'm gonna go. Oh, my fault.
Right now, honestly, it can go so many different places for MVP, but I'm gonna just go with the GOAT, Patrick Mahomes again. I think he's with all the weapons he got this year.
Respectfully.
There's no reason. There's no way he doesn't win MVP. And if he doesn't win MVP, it's obvious because of other things. Things going down the line. But with him with all those weapons, he showed that like this year. Kelsey is taking a back seat.
Backseat.
And once Marquise Brown comes back, it's gonna look crazy. And it's
So-
4,000-yard season for him for 35 plus touchdowns. So I honestly think Patrick Mahomes gonna win the MVP again. But as far as rookie of the year, I didn't really do too much research on like prospects this week because obviously all the quarterbacks didn't perform as good as they wanted to. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, they all lost besides Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams didn't perform to his top-notch abilities. But for early rookie of the year, I'm gonna just go Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna go with the black quarterback because that's my guy. I feel like he'll end up stepping up, even though they might not win a lot of games. I feel like he'll show and he'll prove that he's the franchise quarterback. And then for defensive player of the year, Fred Warner, 100%. He killed my game.
Yeah, stud.
Fred Warner, that's that.
Yo,
I love Fred Warner.
The man of consistency, like
very
it's
consistent.
just-
He's a glue that keeps that defense together.
He's like one of those. He's a Ray Lewis type guy, Brian Urlacher. He's
absolutely.
They're gonna keep making the Super Bowl not only because of Kyle Shanahan and praising him, but the Fred Warner just keeps that defense glued, and he's one of those pieces that he's one of those finds, one of those gems that you only get once every 10 years. So he's one of those dudes that I feel like can win DPOY for the next year after that, whatever the case may be. So Fred Warner for sure.
How about you, DT? How you feel? Early prediction.
My MVP this year, I got CJ Stroud. Just what like going based on what he did last season, especially what he did week 1 versus a tight knit game versus the Colts, a divisional opponent. How he just rallied his team, made big throw after big throw to keep his team in there. Very consistent. The passes down the field very on point. And then he did that with Tank Dell missing half the year with a fibula injury. He had Nico Collins who emerged later on the season with no true run game. They ranked third to last in rushing offense last season. He still put up great numbers. I feel like with Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon back there, I feel like he can definitely elevate his game and elevate those around him. My defensive player of the year, I got Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. I feel like he's consistent. I know the Raiders are bad, but his consistency year after year, he's elevating his game every single season to get better, and his sacks have improved every single season. I'll go with my rookie of the year would be Jaden Daniels as well. Just seeing what he's able to do in college and translate into what he did last year. I know it wasn't not anything major, but I feel like BD said, as time goes on, he'll get more comfortable and show what he can truly do.
Yeah, so for me, I know we ended the show last week, and I had mentioned that one of my MVPs was Jordan Love, but obviously Jordan Love took an injury at the end of the game.
You better keep him as your MVP.
I think
You
he's
never
out.
know.
I think he's out for
Right.
4 to 5 weeks, so that's not gonna help. So we're gonna have to flip that. We're gonna have to flip that script a little bit. Jordan Love is out the picture. You can't miss 4 to 5 weeks and win no MVP. I don't care if you're in first grade. So I got three players I feel like are my MVP favorites. I'm gonna start with my guy Josh Allen. Josh Allen is going to have to do everything for the Bills. He is going to have to run, pass,
Catch.
put up 35. Buffalo's defense is horrible this year. So Josh Allen's my first pick. And for obvious reasons, he probably have about 10 rush touchdowns, about 35 pass touchdowns, and as long as he don't turn the ball over, I think Buffalo could be one of those sneaky teams that people are sleeping on. Because there's no pressure on Buffalo this year. It's like, all right, yeah, they're Buffalo, but nobody's expecting them to win. And then my second player is, I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill. After all that shit that just happened this weekend, I think Tyreek Hill going to have close to a 2,000-yard season again, if not 2,000 yards a season, and about 10 to 15 touchdowns. They have no run game because the running backs are injured now. Mostert had a breakout year, but still Mostert. He's had one good year. Chaney's is hit or miss. He's hitting the long run or he's hitting nothing. So Dolphins gonna throw the ball again heavy. That's my second MVP favorite. And then my third MVP, since it's no longer Jordan Love, I'm gonna have to go with CJ Stroud too. For obvious reasons, like DT just said, too many weapons. Joe Mixon running for 175 yards is insane, and the Texans is just gonna be a really good team this year. And then as far as rookie of the year, I got 2 to 3 players, maybe 3. I'm gonna say Jaden Daniels, like BD said. Because the same thing with Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels is gonna have to run and throw the ball. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, he'll be good. I love Xavier Worthy. I think Xavier Worthy is gonna be an X factor on the Chiefs, and he's gonna be open a lot in that offense, and it may get scary for a lot of people. And then my third player, I didn't want to say this name, but I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors from the Giants.
Oh shit! If he can,
oh my God!
Holy shit! If he can get
Todd,
the
come
ball,
on,
If, I know if he could get the ball, I know if he could get the ball. I know Daniel Jones is getting him the ball, but if he do get the ball, who else is catching the ball in the Giants?
That's
yeah, he got a point.
might have to play quarterback in order to get the
Throw it to himself.
And then defensive player of the year, I'm gonna go with TJ Watt. TJ Watt is always a problem, and he's always gonna have his numbers. And then I'm gonna go with Michael Parsons. I think Michael Parsons is about to get another contract. I think Michael Parsons is about to get a contract this year. He's about to be the next Cowboy to get a contract. And I think he's gonna have one of those seasons where he's just dominating all season, unless they just go out there and double team him every game. But even so, DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side, he had 2 sacks the first game. That always allows Parsons to get his. So I think Parsons is gonna have one of those contract years where he goes crazy, about 12 to 15 sacks. So I think those are my 2 favorites for the defensive player of the year so far. But that could change.
I love that. I love those choices. Michael Parsons, for sure. Michael Parsons is definitely gonna be second in line for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him number 2.
He's about to do anything he wants this year. It's about to get real spooky.
Yeah, definitely spooky on that. That Cowboys even look good, but they got the Saints this week. But
Listen.
I think we forgot about a player who was the MVP last year, and none of us had him on our list, which is kind of crazy. But it's like the same shit every single year with this player, Lamar Jackson. Man, it's like he always gets to that point, and then he can't finish. So we're gonna do a little segment for y'all. We're gonna do things a little different for y'all this time. We're gonna do a little segment. The segment is going to be who will get a ring first, Lamar Jackson, or I'm going to pick 5 players, and I want you guys to say which player you feel like. Do you feel like Lamar's going to get a ring first, or the player is going to get a ring first?
All right, bet.
So BD, we're going to start with you.
We're
going to start with you. So we're going to go Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Ooh. I'm going to have to go with Josh Allen. Only reason because Josh Allen, man. Only reason why I'm going to go Josh Allen is because Josh Allen has played a lot better against Patrick Mahomes than Lamar Jackson has. So if it comes down to him playing Patrick Mahomes in every AFC championship, then I think Josh Allen will get one of those battles.
Okay. Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar. You don't think Burrow's going to get a championship? That's crazy.
No.
Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert.
Lamar Jackson.
Think he gets one before Herbert, even with Harbaugh?
But he should get one. Lamar Jackson needs to get one this year.
And Lamar Jackson or Tua Tagovailoa?
Ooh. I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson again.
Oh, so you think Lamar's going to get a ring before all these guys?
Who has to show me a little bit more in the playoffs?
What about you, DT? Lamar Jackson or Dak?
Give me Dak. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but give me Dak with a better roster. Give me Dak.
And this is
Give me
coming from
Dak,
someone
man.
who last week was doubting whether Dak would even get a contract, but that's
Give me
here nor
Dak.
there.
Give me Dak. Give me
Lamar
Dak on this one.
Jackson or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen. I feel like BD said, he's played Mahomes a couple of times in the playoffs, and he played him every year. It's been a close game. It's been a one possession game down to the wire. So I feel like BD said, it'll be 1 year that he just gets over the hump and gets the best of Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow?
Lamar. Joe Burrow and the inconsistency and the injuries. The injuries scare me. I don't know. We don't know the whole T. Higgins situation, if he's going to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase situation. I don't know what's going on with that. So give me Lamar. Better roster, better.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all doubt my man's Joe Burrow a little bit, and I don't like it. But Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert. Jim Harbaugh.
Wow.
My man Jim, he's proven he can get it done with anybody. His system works. He already did it at Stanford. First of all, he already did it at San Diego State. He turned into a powerhouse. He already did at Stanford. Took him to a Fiesta Bowl. They played Oklahoma State. He took the Niners to the first ever Super Bowl in a while when he was there. Now look at that Michigan, 21 straight wins. Turn a program around from a dumpster fire. So I think he could turn the Chargers into a premier program, a premier team again that can compete with these heavyweights of the AFC. And I think he can, win a chip.
Lamar Jackson or Tua?
Oh, give me Lamar. Tua and the Dolphins are frauds come December. Once it gets cold, Tua was 1-7. Tua was 1-7 last season. Once December hit, he was 1-7. The numbers dropped. Dudes started acting like they don't know how to play football no more. So give me Lamar. Give me Lamar. And so I like BD say, I see consistency from Tua in the cold weather games. Think about this though. Tua, the Dolphins had a 3-game lead on the Bills last season. The Bills lost, remember, 4 or 5 straight games. The Bills hawked them down and beat them in Miami. Beat them in Miami last season. They win the AFC East and host a playoff game. So
that was
give
crazy.
give me Lamar over Tua to win a chip first.
But how'd y'all feel, VD? How'd you feel about Lamar's performance week 1? You feel like he could get over the top?
I think he played good. I think overall he played. Besides the little itty bitty stuff that happened at the end and the little turnovers, I think he played well. I think he's moving a lot faster than he did last year. He dropped a lot of weight, so he's moving a lot faster when it comes to getting out of pocket, being more elusive. They'll obviously run a lot more RPO with Derrick Henry since that's going to be effective down the line. But I think he played fairly well. If I had to give him a grade for last week, I would definitely give him like a B-.
Yeah.
It can only get better. He played a great defense, in my opinion. I think the Chiefs have a great defense.
Definitely.
And
I agree on that.
Yeah, so he played good in my opinion. I think going down the line, he just a little bit itty bitty mistakes that happen at the end. He could fix that up, and then they'll be good from going on from that point.
Yeah, anytime you got to go to Kansas City, that's always tough. You got Spagnuolo over there, Andy Reid. You got 2 geniuses over there. Spagnuolo is a champ on that defensive side. So the Chiefs defense, they always find a way to step up when they need to step up. Like, it don't matter what their season's had to, when it's time to win, they get the job done. They get the job. That's just a winning team. It's kind of crazy. I kind of feel for Lamar because to me he's a good quarterback. But in order to be a champion, you gotta be great. It's a difference. It's a difference between being good and great.
Bro, you gotta beat Mahomes though. It's like being Brady, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The AFC is so
packed. That is you have to beat him. You have to beat the dude. You have to beat a giant. You know what I'm saying? You have to go in his crib and beat a giant in that
Yeah.
environment. And
Yeah.
like he has to live in the moment and really, take over that moment when the time comes.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done. Because look at the times when Brady was Brady in New England. You had to go into Foxborough in the cold weather and win, and that shit was not happening.
Good luck.
Oh, like
Good luck.
it just wasn't happening. Like you had to be a super type of special,
Yeah.
in order to win. Yeah, it's scary, but I think Lamar could get it done. I'm a big Lamar fan. So we had some picks last week that we gave out to the people, and I must say it was kind of a disappointing week one for us three. I can't lie. I went 1-2.
Oh,
DT went 1-2, and
Oh,
BD went 1-2. But the part about gambling is next weekend can always get better.
uh-huh.
So I think I'm gonna go 3-0 this week. I
All right, since
would
you think
hope.
you're gonna go 3-0, since you
Yeah,
think you're gonna go 3-0, you gonna go first
yeah.
again.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
Todd,
talk
first
that
again.
shit, Todd. Talk
Todd,
that
I'm
shit.
let me hear something.
gonna start it up. I am going to go with the Commanders. Commanders are my first pick. Very briefly, the Giants suck, so I'm not even gonna get into all that.
Suck ain't the word.
My second pick is going to be Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay plus 7.5 on the spread. Tampa Bay played Detroit tough in Detroit last year in the playoffs. And if anybody remembers that game, Baker Mayfield and them they had a really good game. They could have stole that one, but I wasn't impressed with Detroit week one. They played good, but they weren't great. I think Tampa Bay is gonna go in there and cover that. And then my third pick, this is based off if Jordan Love is not playing, which he probably won't. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Colts spread -3.
Yeah.
Colts is one of those. Colts is one of those weird underrated teams. Like they hard to figure out, but they're solid. Like Anthony Richardson, as long as he don't turn the ball over and make mistakes, I think he's gonna be really good. So those are my three picks. I got the Colts -3. I got the Commanders spread -1.5. The Giants is fucking they suck. They're a dumpster fire again, just like the Carolina Panthers. And then I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 7.5.
Come on, Todd, man. Don't shit on my
I
team
s-
like that. I know we're bad, bro, but come on, man.
That's a
Damn,
3-0
bro.
weekend, man. I'm telling you, I'm going 3-0 this weekend.
Good. I'm glad you believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? DT, talk to me.
Like Todd said, I had a rough week from 1-2. So I got first one. I got Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown. I think way he was running the ball effectively, and that passing game can free up the box. It'll be a light box, so I feel like he can have a day. Then I got Jameson Williams, like I said earlier in the show. He will be the X factor. I think he will be the X factor in that offense. So I got him anytime touchdown. I got Jalen Waddle over 65.5 receiving yards tomorrow. All the attention on Tyreek Hill tomorrow. I think Jalen Waddle has himself a game.
Oh, DT going player prop crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
man.
All right.
That's why we're playing rock crazy.
All right. I love it.
Shit me.
All right,
Shitting me.
that's tough. I like that. Jalen Waddle was definitely one of my picks earlier. I seen a lot on Jalen Waddle with A-Chain a little hurt and what's the name, Mostert out. So that's a great pick. But for my picks, we saved the best for last, right? Even though I had a rough weekend, you know what I'm saying? My Jets,
What a joke.
we taking our time with things. But Aaron Rodgers said, just stay patient and relax. So
That's
my first
trash.
pick, my first pick
Yo, her
of the
bitch.
night is gonna be Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Josh Allen, I don't know if y'all peeped, but he scored in 18 of his last 20 games rushing. So
Dog.
he's a running back in my
Different breed.
but then I'm gonna go on Saturday night. I'm gonna go Arizona money line plus 205 against Kansas State.
Ooh.
think them boys.
I like that. That's a steep.
And that boy gonna
That's
show
a
out.
steamer.
I think them boys gonna show out. So watch out for that plus
My
205.
Arizona boys.
Arizona boys, they here.
Hello.
They here to stay. And then
Hello.
since you had the Colts, -3, I honestly love the Colts -3. But instead, I'm gonna go Los Angeles Chargers -5.5 against the bum ass Panthers.
Oh, he might have turned into a Chargers fan, y'all. This is second week in a row.
No, I didn't pick
Speaking
the
of
Chargers last week.
Oh, I know. I didn't say you picked them on the show, but you put them on the FanDuel, on the FanDuel ticket. And,
they bless out. They bless out.
Yeah.
Because so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to back. I'm gonna go back to back Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Because they showing love. You know what I'm saying? Showing love to my pocket. So shout out to them boys, man. LA, no cap.
Yeah, Carolina is dog shit.
Oh, we're bad, bro. Next season, bro. Next season, bro.
Yeah. Next season for who?
We done, bro.
Been next season since Cam Newton
already.
retired. Damn, after week 1?
It's done, bro. After I saw it, bro, we're done. Pack them up. We're done.
Y'all got a high school quarterback.
You know what y'all need to do for DT? Y'all need to get him the done. He got the done. Cause he's done.
Yo, we're done, bro. Pack us up.
Quarterback. Yeah.
Yo, there's 31 teams in the league now, bro.
What y'all need to do is y'all need to start looking at some of these college teams, and y'all need to start really scouting. Did y'all see? Was there anybody that impressed y'all this weekend in college? Like any teams that y'all looked at and was like, "Wow, this shit is crazy." For me, right away it was Texas. Texas is going to the national championship again. They fucking dismantled Michigan. Yes, Michigan don't got a quarterback. Michigan is probably not going to be as good year 1 without Harbaugh, but I think my early prediction for college is I think Texas is going to the national. I think Texas is going to win a national championship. Wow. Real quick, y'all, how y'all feel about what happened this weekend? Real briefly.
Shout out to Northern Illinois, man.
Big win.
Yeah.
Not surprised at Notre Dame, though. Not surprised.
Hey, man. So I got disappointment. I don't really got. I know Ohio State gonna win the chip because we win this team every year. But
okay.
Besides that, Northern Illinois fucking ended up coming to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame probably took that as a layover in practice. It starts in practice, you know. So like you have to treat every week. This is a lesson to everybody. You got to treat every week the same. You know what I'm saying? You can't just look at the schedule and say, oh, we got to prepare for Ohio State, or we got to prepare for you got to prepare for Northern Illinois, because them boys is coming ready. You know what I'm saying? They come in to take, you know what I'm saying, what they want too. You know what I'm saying? They got food on their plate too. So I feel like I ain't have nobody special to announce who's gonna win the chip, because Ohio State gonna win everything. But shout out to Northern Illinois and the black coach, man.
DT, real quick. Who? How you feel?
I'm gonna pick back off what BD said. My biggest disappointment this week was Notre Dame. No rush, only 4 touchdowns in 2 games. Riley Leonard has no passing touchdowns. Mike Denbrock, who was Jen Daniels' OC at LSU, is his OC now. I'm thinking, the offense would be high powering with a top ranked defense. I feel like they should have been a lot better. Like BD said, they took them lightly, and I feel like once again it's Notre Dame be Notre Dame. They were a 20.5 point favorite versus Marshall 2 years ago, and they lost 26-21. In the same year, they were a 14.5 point favorite versus Stanford, and they lost 16-14. So I'm not surprised when it comes to them sleeping. They walk in, they beat up on these good teams, but they underestimate these, smaller FBS programs. So I'm not surprised. Notre Dame's they're my biggest disappointment this week, or overall takeaway from college football.
Yeah.
That's definitely a tough week. But week 2 is going to be lit. Week 3 of college football is going to be lit. We going to be lit.
Hold on, before we go.
Go ahead.
We have little something called. I want to introduce something called Inner City News. You know, we from a small /big city called Hackensack, New Jersey. David and Ty basically grew up around the corner from each other. So we're gonna make a segment called Inner City News where we promote anything that's going on in our city, any news that's going on, any sports updates, this update, that update, and things like that, just to keep you in tune of what's going on around us. So this week, just a light message. Javon Quinley actually basically retired from basketball.
Shout out JQ,
Now,
man.
because I
Yes,
feel
sir.
like
Shout out to JQ, man.
yeah, shout out to JQ. And yeah, man, he announced that he'll be taking a break from basketball and he'll be stepping away because he lost a lot of love for it. And we just want to give JQ a major salute. You know, somebody who played college football for only a year and fell out of love with football. I truly understand where he's coming from and where he's at right now. So, in order to advance and in life, you have to close one chapter in order for another chapter to open. So, JQ, salute on your new journey. And yeah,
Yeah, salute JQ. You already know.
Much love, my guy.
Great career, my guy.
great career.
But we're gonna end on that note. So we thank y'all for watching another episode of the Off the Clock podcast. You already know we're gonna be back for another episode. And we out of here, y'all.
Bring it on, baby.